Good morning, class. Today we are going to practice writing rhyming poems. And before I do the little lesson, I wanted to share a couple more examples with you. So I shared with you the bug poem, and this book here is another rhyming poetry book, and it's actually written by the same author that wrote Frog and Toad, Arnold Lobel, and it's called Whiskers and Rhymes. So he has a lot of great poems in this book, and I thought it was great to connect it because we've been reading Frog and Toad, and it's a great example of rhyming poetry. So this author also wrote some rhyming poetry. Now let's take a look at a couple of his poems in this book as I make it more clear. And you'll notice when you write a rhyming poem, every line doesn't need to rhyme, and sometimes the rhymes can be different. So you don't have to rhyme everything, and I just want you to practice it, and I'll also show you the template that I shared with you. That might be a good way to practice it, and then maybe you can do one on your own too. So let's look at this poem and enjoy the nice picture of the cats all playing instruments and singing. So ready? See if you can notice the rhymes. Sing, sing, what shall we sing? A song to delight your ear? Sing, sing, how shall we sing? With a sound that is loud and clear. Strum, strum, when shall we strum? As we carry our fine guitars. Strum, strum, where shall we strum? By your window under the stars. Now, notice the rhymes. It's always at the end of the line. So when you are making a rhyming poem and you want to rhyme something, you have to make sure you know a word that rhymes with the last word in your line. So I would recommend not making that last word a hard word to rhyme with. Use easier words to rhyme with and change your wording around if you have to. But you'll see that sing and ear don't rhyme, but sing and sing definitely rhyme. If it's the same word, it's a perfect rhyme. They rhyme. Ear and clear also rhyme. So this rhyme scheme would go A, B, A, B. Don't worry about rhyme schemes. You'll learn that later on. And then in our second stanza, strum and strum rhyme, and guitars and stars rhyme. So this type of rhyming scheme, it isn't the couplet rhyming scheme where the lines rhyme back to back. It's actually, they skip a line and then rhyme. So when you're writing your rhyming poem, you don't have to rhyme each line together. You can skip lines and rhyme, and you don't have to make sure everything rhymes. So we might see another example. So let's look at this page as I pull my sticky. And I dropped my water. All right, I'm good. And I hope you can kind of see the picture. It's raining and there's a cat. So let's read this poem. Look, it's so short. It rains and it pours. I've got too many chores. There's the cooking and cleaning to do. I'd rather be out on a wet green hill, laughing and dancing with you. So notice these rhymes are a little different. Pours and chores rhyme. Do and you rhyme, and then there's this fourth line here that ends with the word hill, and nothing rhymes with that. So everything doesn't have to rhyme in your poem. This is another great example, and I made a connection of thinking about how I don't want to do chores. I'd rather go out and play, laughing and dancing with you. How sweet is that? The person that wrote this poem would rather be with someone else, and they're thinking about all the chores they have to do, but they're thinking about that other person. Now, here's the last example I wanted to share, and I wanted to do the cheese one, so bear with me as I move my little dock camera. All right, look at this. This is a great picture, and follow along with me. There was a man dressed all in cheese. Certain was he that the sight would please. Though his neighbors agreed those clothes looked well on him, they ran far away from that certain smell on him. That rhymed a little bit differently, right? Look, him and him rhyme. Nothing rhymed with man. So this is another great example. I just thought this example was kind of funny too. So why were they running away? Because it smelled bad, like cheese. And him rhymed. Please and cheese rhymed. He agreed almost rhymes. That's a close rhyme. So when you're writing rhyming poetry, look at that last line, the last word in your line, and that's how you'll rhyme your poems, and everything doesn't have to rhyme. So I just wanted to share a couple examples since we've been reading Arnold Lobel, in his Frog and Toad books. He also did poetry. Now, this is the template I shared with you, and let me show you how you'll do this. So if you're having a tough time writing a rhyming poem, use this template. This is a good way to practice. And then if you want after this, try to write a poem of your own. And just like I showed you, some poems are 4 lines. You can even write a 2-line poem. It doesn't have to be super long. So just give it a shot. And I can work with you too if you want to meet. So the first thing you do before you start is you find rhyming words for each of these words, because in this template, you are given lines and then you have to fill in the lines to rhyme with them. So you will only use one of the words. You don't have to fill in every one of these lines, but try your best to come up with some words. So what rhymes with cat? Oh, I know fat rhymes with cat. What else? Bat. Sat. You probably are yelling things like, Mr. K, what about rat? Oh, you're right, rat. Look, I just came up with a bunch of rhyming words for cat. Now let's go to dog. Another easy word to rhyme with. So what rhymes with dog? Frog, right? Log, jog, clog. And you know what? I'm not even going to fill out the rest. Oh, actually, I will. Hog. I just thought of that. Like a pig, a big hog. Now we go to cow, and that's that O-W. Ow. Vowel team activate in the form of whiners. So that makes that one sound, the ow sound. What rhymes with cow? Wow. What else rhymes with cow? Pow. Now. How about take a bow and eat some chow? I just came up with cow rhyming words. Now we go to bird. This one's a little tougher. I know that has that I-R, bossy R, but it actually kind of makes that E-R sound. Bird. So what rhymes with bird? It doesn't always have to be an I-R word, because look, I could do the word nerd, and that makes the nerd and bird rhyme. What about the word? That's O-R, but it makes that E-R sound. So this is a great example of how some words might be spelled differently, but still rhyme. And bird is one of those oddball words where the I-R makes the E-R sound. And you could also have a word like stirred, and that's a little bit different with the ED ending. Purred. Oh, I like that one. And I'm not even going to think of another one. So if you don't fill in all these lines, that's okay, because you're only choosing one word from each of these lines. Now our last one is duck, and I know some words that rhyme with duck, like chuck. How about truck? I'm stuck in the muck. And that's all I'm going to do. So you can come up with other words that rhyme. I know you can. You can use some of the examples I gave you. And now let's write our rhyming poem. So our first line is cat, cat. And you'll notice repetition. Repetition is something we do in poetry where we repeat a word, and you'll see that a lot in poetry. Cat, cat. I'm going to use the word fat. And my poem is going to be about a cat that's really fat. Cat, cat, look at how fat. And an exclamation point. So you could have chosen rat and then make sure that you end your line with the word that rhymes with cat. So maybe I would have said cat, cat, he ate a rat, or he's a little brat, he went and sat. I could have said a lot of things, but mine's going to be about a fat cat, because I like fat cats. Now our second line, dog, dog. I'm still going to write about my cat, because that was my first line. Bigger than a frog. No, I could have said he likes to eat frogs. He ate a frog. No, bigger than a hog, because hogs are really big. So cat, cat, look at how fat. Dog, dog, bigger than a hog. Cow, cow. Which one of these words has to do with eating? Wow, pow, now, bow. Chow. He likes to chow. Because remember, my cat's fat, and chow means to eat. He likes to chow. All right. And I'll put a period. You don't have to. There's no rules in poetry. Now let's go to our other line. Bird, bird. So it's all about my cat eating. How about purred? Because cats purr. He likes to chow, then he purred. All right, and my last line, duck, duck. So what can I use? I could use any of these words as long as they end my line, but I'm going to try to make him eat a truck because rhyming poems can be kind of silly. He even ate a truck! Exclamation point. And now I have my rhyming poem. I could have said something like, he's so fat he got stuck, because my poem was about a fat cat. I could have said, now he's stuck in the muck, as long as my last word rhymed with duck. So let's reread my poem. Cat, cat, look at how fat. Dog, dog, bigger than a hog. Cow, cow, he likes to chow. Bird, bird, then he purred. Duck, duck, he even ate a truck. And this poem I'm going to call Fat Cat. That's my title. The title's usually the last thing you do. You don't have to come up with a title, but I kind of like my poem. So if you want, use this rhyming template, and then pretty soon we are going to do some riddle poems where we'll practice some rhyming. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to reading your poetry. If you want, use this template. If you want, do your own, or even better, do both. Try this template out and then try to write a rhyming poem of your own. Remember to look at the last word in the line. Make that an easy word to rhyme with. You can rhyme every other line. You can even rhyme the first line with the last line. It doesn't have to be a perfect rhyme scheme. Don't worry about it. Just practice writing some poetry and practice rhyming. Have a great